Yeah. You see, people take life to a different dimension. You understand me? But a Yahweh me seek and a Yahweh me serve, because Him are the God of Israel, which are the true living God. You understand me? He's 360 degrees of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. So what more they want to know? You understand me? Praise Yahweh, and everything in your life are going to be alright. You understand me, my brother? Trust me, man. Listen, Yahweh, send me an angel today, cast all my sins away, as I kneel and pray. Yahweh, send me an angel today, cast all my sins away, as I kneel and pray. You got to be strong, no matter what goes on. Hold up your heads and time to move on. It's not easy. Life is not easy. No matter what they do, they will laugh and talk with you, then turn around and try to hurt you. It's not easy. Life is not easy. Yahweh, send me an angel today, cast all my sins away, as I kneel and pray. Yahweh, send me an angel today, cast all my sins away, as I kneel and pray. As I kneel and pray. Cast all my sins away, as I kneel and pray. Yahweh, send me an angel today, cast all my sins away, as I kneel and pray. I am not ashamed to praise my Father's name. Put Major Riley in the Hall of Fame is not easy. Life is not easy. Life is in a mess. We have to do our best to alleviate the stress. The truth we possess is not easy. Life is not easy. Yahweh, send me an angel today, cast all my sins away, as I kneel and pray. Yahweh, send me an angel today, cast all my sins away, as I kneel and pray. As I kneel and pray.
The Nation of Yahweh presents The Unfolding Light. Today's show is brought to you by Builders of the Highway Foundation, Yahweh Life Center, Neo Jazz School of Music, Yahweh Education Centers, and the Temple of Brothers and Sisters of Goodwill. And now for your host, Dr. Lud Yisrael.
Boker Tov and Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to Nation of Yahweh's weekly teleconference, The Unfolding Light. I am your host, Dr. Lud, along with my co-host, Sister Tamar. Boker Tov, sister.
Boker Tov, Shabbat Shalom, family.
Well, praise Yahweh. You know what I'm about to say. It's a great day to know Yahweh, our Father, our God, the God of the universe, the creator of the heavens and earth, and he's our daddy. It's so wonderful to know that. And now it's up to us to be obedient children to our Father. Praise Yahweh. Today on Unfolding Light, we'll have Who is Yahweh by the Most Honorable, Yahweh Ben Yahweh. And directly after that, we'll have a keynote message from the master teacher, the founder of the Nation of Yahweh, the Most Honorable, Yahweh Ben Yahweh. And directly after that, we have the section that we all take part in unfolding the light, and we call it Power Talk. And now for our prayer. If we will all stand and face the east with outstretched hands, O Yahweh, God of our salvation, save us, gather us together, and deliver us from this heathen, so that we may give thanks to thy holy name and glory in thy praises. Blessed be the holy name of Yahweh and Yisrael forever. O Yahweh, let them be confounded that persecute us, but let not us be confounded. Let our enemies be dismayed, but let not us be dismayed. Bring upon our enemies the day of evil, and destroy them with double destruction. O Yahweh, forgive our fathers for breaking your laws, and please forgive us for breaking your laws. Help us to never bring shame upon thy great name, nor reproach against thy works. For surely we have turned ourselves to thee, O Yahweh, trying to be upright. And as we confess our faults, please grant us protection against all of our faults. Cleanse us of our secret faults, and guide us to the best of morals. For surely our prayers and our sacrifices, our lives and our deaths, are all for thee, O Yahweh. Tefillah. Avenu Shabbat Shemayim, Yikadesh Shemeaka, Tavo Malkuterika, Yad Zerizonka, Kim Bashemayim Kain Ba'aretz, Et Lekum Kukenu, Tain Lanu Hayom, Uslat Lanu, All Kartienu, Kimosa Sol King, Gamanatnu, Lakotiem Lanu, Veal Tevienu, Lade Nisayom, King Kal Senu, Min Hara, Kilaka, Hamamlaha, Veha Givera, Veha Tefieret, Leolame, Olamin Sila. We thank thee, O Yahweh, O living and eternal King, who has so mercifully restored our souls within us. So let everything that has breath praise Yahweh.
Remember that this is the morning of the third day, and I shall rise again. I am the resurrection. All of prophecy tells you that I shall rise again. It's all about that. Luke chapter 2, verse 34. No doubt about it. Again, I will love you forever, bless you forever. I remind you once again, my associates are children of the light. That just brings laughter to my heart, to my soul, to realize that at last I have those of you that love peace. And I only want to be in the presence of those of you that love peace. I love you forever. Shalom Aleichem.
So who is Yahweh? Yahweh is a name that you should know, because it's the duty of the Son of God to proclaim his Father's name. And here you have a whole bunch of people going to church, 400,000 churches, and they don't know the name of the Father. They say such silly things like, Father, God, help me. Both of them titles. Father is a title, God is a title. Who's going to answer to that? The purpose of the coming of the Son is to reveal the name of the Father. That's who he prayed to, our Father, and he called his name. He said, hallowed be, holy be thy name. How can it be holy to you and you don't know it? Interesting, isn't it? There are a lot more interesting questions than that about that situation. But when you begin to read your Bible, as I call this to your attention, you will discover from the Old Testament of Genesis all the way through Revelations, it's all about the name of the Father. It's all about his name. But somebody got you calling some other kind of name, other than the Father's name. And you don't know his name. And unless you learn his name, then you're never going to move from poverty to riches. And if you don't come into the knowledge of the name. Haven't you ever wondered why it is that you have the same God, have the same churches, and the same names that white people have? I mean, have you noticed? You do. Our people have the same, right? Isn't it strange how God always answers white people's prayers? And black folks' prayers don't seem to be the same magnitude. You know, you say, well, I get my prayers answered. Well, why don't you ever get answered to be the ruler? I mean, you know, my people are always on their knees in front of white people asking white people to let them be accepted. Why do you need to ask white people for acceptance? Why don't you just ask God? Doesn't your God have enough power to make you accepted? Why can't you be the people that everybody else wants to be among? Why are you always running after somebody else to be among them? What's wrong with your God? Why do you have to go around always on your knees with your hat in your hand begging for a job from white people? Why don't your God just give you some jobs? Oh, I have to ask you some serious questions, because white people move from poverty to riches every day. Huh? They come from Russia, they come from Europe, they come from England, they come from all over the world with nothing on the ship. Come and get in your neighborhood. Come with a buggy and a basket and a wagon and push it around in your neighborhood and move from poverty to riches out of your pocket. You live in the neighborhood and stay poor and just pray all the time. You prayed enough to rule all the world. So who is Yahweh? Yahweh is the God of the Bible. He's the God of the Hebrews. In the beginning, Yahweh created the heavens and the earth. Yahweh is the man that beat up on Pharaoh. Y'all remember how he put plagues in Egypt? That was Yahweh did that. Yahweh is the one that when Pharaoh got real sassy, he drowned him in the Red Sea. That's Yahweh who did it. Yahweh is the man that when Daniel refused to bow down to another nation and quit facing the east and praying, when he refused to stop praying to his God, which was Yahweh, they said, well, we're going to put you in the lion's den and starve them. Threw him in the lion's den. Yahweh locked the jaws of the lion. Lions could do him no harm. Rulers got scared. Came and got Daniel out and made him a ruler. Right? I just want you to know who Yahweh is. He made the sun, the moon, the stars, all what you see and haven't seen. Okay. So who is Yahweh ben Yahweh? I am his son. I am his son. That's who I am. I am the son of Yahweh. I don't care who else is the son or who else it makes me no difference. I'm not here tonight concerning myself with who is the son of who. I'm the son of Yahweh. I have to tell you who I am. Yahweh is my father. I am his son. What makes me his son? What makes me Yahweh's son is I do not have a will outside of his. I have no thoughts, no ideas, and no program outside of Yahweh. You'll find that all that I ever do, all that I've ever done, and all that I'm ever going to do is found right in the Bible, and it's traced right to his will. No exception. I take no credit for all that I have built. It's all in his name. Yuhe-Wafe. That's one of the things that make me his son. Also, I have no difference in his word. I only speak his words. Even the words I've spoken to you thus far, the principles of those words are all in the Bible. Every single one of them is found in the Bible. No exceptions. So I walk as he says walk. I talk as he says talk. I act as he says act. I do whatever he says do. I have no idea of doing it any other way. Those are the things that makes me his son. I obey his laws, his statutes, his judgments, his commandments. That's why I'm successful. He said in his holy word that if I obey his laws, statutes, judgments, and commandments, that he would make everything, all the works of my hand would prosper. So all the works of my hands, it's prospering. I'm telling you why. Now, what about you? You might say, well, if you're the son of Yahweh, can I be? Of course you can. Of course you can be the sons of Yahweh. Every one of you can be. Every one of you can be the daughters of Yahweh. All you have to do is like I do. Obey his will, just like I do. You automatically become. You believe on his name, then you have eternal life. There's no other name under heaven that you can be saved in other than God who created it. You can't be saved in no name but the name of the one who created everything. And he gave his son a name higher than all the angels in heaven. What's the name higher than all the names that the angels could possibly have? The Father's name. There can be no name higher than the Creator's. So the son has to come in his father's name. Just like if your name is Davis, then your father was named Davis. If your name is Smith, your father's name was Smith. My name is Yahweh, so my father's name is Yahweh. That's logical.
Know and rest your mind assured. Our eyes have seen his works before. And until my last days, 'tis Yahweh I will praise. Yahweh.
Praise Yahweh. I certainly like to thank the most honorable Yahweh Ben Yahweh for coming to us and teaching us who is Yahweh as no one else ever could do. Praise Yahweh. Also, I want to thank the most honorable Yahweh Ben Yahweh for teaching us our true history, which used to be the world's best kept secret. Praise Yahweh. And now, a brief bio on the master teacher, the founder of the nation of Yahweh, the most honorable Yahweh Ben Yahweh. Yahweh Ben Yahweh came to Miami, Florida alone in 1979 to become the spiritual leader and founder of the nation of Yahweh. Although he took a vow of poverty that same year, within 7 years, he guided the nation and those who followed his teachings and principles to amass an economic empire in the greater Miami area and throughout the United States worth over $250 million. Under his direction, the nation of Yahweh has grown to encompass disciples, followers, believers, and supporters in thousands of cities across the United States of America and indeed throughout the four corners of the earth. The University of Yahweh, for which he has established the curriculum and for which he has received great acclaim in educational excellence, currently has locations across the United States. The moral teachings of Yahweh Ben Yahweh is bringing about a change in the lives of individuals and causing them to take a different approach to life. This approach is based on the scripture which reads, "It is more blessed to give than to receive." Yahweh Ben Yahweh continues to give. That which he is given cannot be measured in monetary wealth. Yahweh Ben Yahweh is giving the world the keys to success in life politically, educationally, economically, socially, and spiritually. And now, it gives me great pleasure to introduce the Grand Master of the Celestial Lodge, the architect of the universe, the blessed and only potentate, the founder of the nation of Yahweh. Ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Yahweh Ben Yahweh.
I'm building my kingdom with you who voluntarily receive me. Behold, I stand at your door and I knock. Some of you are sitting back in there, got your door all locked up, hollering out, who is it? I don't mind telling you, Yahweh Ben Yahweh. And I'm calling out and saying, there's a terrible storm, it's a severe storm headed your way. And it's called the fall of Satan. And this is the time of Jacob's trouble. Ethics of the Old Testament. You hear this word, ethics in government, that lawyers should be ethical, that businessmen should practice the principles of ethics. Something that lawyers have, government demands, and business should be based upon. Should it not be taught in the public schools? I wonder why, or do you wonder why, ethics has never been taught to us in the public schools? Let's see what ethics is. I will define it again tonight. Ethics defined is a system of moral principles. The rules of conduct recognized in a group or a culture. We, as the so-called black people of America, being without the knowledge of our Father Yahweh, are without culture. We are a people who seek to practice the culture of other nations. And in our efforts to practice the culture of other nations, we despise anything from among ourselves. Being a people in America come from slavery, our culture was deliberately destroyed. For what reason? So that we would become subservient and willing servants to the slave master. The results are our people complain all across America about their condition. That we live in the ghetto. We live in poverty, misery, suffering, want, need. We complain about how someone else forces us to live, and yet we say we're free. But my people in America are so blind, deaf, dumb, ignorant, and dead to the knowledge of their Creator Yahweh that they don't recognize rules of conduct that will enhance your position toward rulership. Ethics is a branch of philosophy dealing with values. You got to know what value is, know what's valuable. Children are valuable. Children are your wealth. Ethics deals with rightness and wrongness, goodness and badness in human relations. Ethics implies high standards, honesty, virtue, chaste, chastity, upright in your thinking. Be on the square with your brother. Be on the level with your brother. Let your word be your bond. All that's ethics. If your word is not your bond, you are not a man. You're not a man unless your word is your bond. That's a part of becoming a man. But we're not taught how to become men under the enemy. You learn about manhood in secret. Isn't that something? And then when you find out about how to become a man in secret, then you wake up and find out you're bound. Took an oath that you can't tell nobody. Ethics deals with honorable dealing. Honorable dealings in business and personal relations. Ethics is found in the roots of your and my culture, historically given to us by our Father Yahweh. The entire planet Earth learned about ethics from you and me. We are the original teachers of all the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that exists. We are responsible for culture. You are the original teachers of the earth. Well, what happened to you? You turned your back on your God. 1 Kings chapter 9. See what happened. The answer to all problems right here in the book. Beginning at verse 5. 1 Kings chapter 9. Beginning with verse 5. Let's find out what happened that we lost our exalted position as the master teachers of the earth. We were the exalted people of the earth, the master teachers. We were the cunning ones in all wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. We were 10 times greater than anybody on earth, but we lost it. Let's see how. Verse 5, read.
Then I will establish the throne of thy kingdom upon Israel forever, as I promised to David thy father, saying, there shall not fail thee a man upon the throne of Israel.
Here, Israel is supposed to rule forever. But you find us being in a position of slaves and servants to other people. We were complaining about white folks, but now we find ourselves on the bottom of Cubans. Now we find ourselves on the bottom of Haitians. Unless you're in Yahweh, then you find yourself on top. We lost something. Evidently, I have the power to restore that something that was lost. That's rather apparent. My works prove that. But yet, we are supposed to be ruling forever. Verse 6 read.
But
see, this is what you get. I'm establishing the throne of your kingdom forever. But, that's that big word. If. That's another, boy, you talk about a big word. That's longer than a lot of letters in some words. But if you shall at all turn from following me, you are your children. I'm not going to turn from you. But if you turn, if you don't turn and your children keep our agreement, I'll continue my blessing through your children forever. But if you are your children, ever turn from following me, and will not keep my commandments, and will not keep my statutes, which I, myself, God, Creator, Elohim, Yahweh, set before you. I didn't send somebody to set it, I said it. And you, with your independent, individualistic mind and mentality, who want to do your own thing until you get in deep trouble. Then you wonder about your thing. But if you in your individualistic mind go and serve other gods, see, this don't look like you. This is a God, but see, he don't look like you. He's not the God. He's just a God. God's many, you know. Even you gods don't have no sense yourself. I'm here to give you sense. But if you go and serve other gods and worship them, and see, you worship everything that look like this fella. Oh yes, my people do. They want hair like this. They go sit in parlors. Y'all excuse me. See, I'm not trying to make you mad, sister. I'm just talking the truth. You don't mind, do you? If I tell the truth. I mean, it's the truth. We've been brainwashed bad. We want to look like these folks. See, they worshiping other gods. Got millions and still hate self. Now, if you turn or your children turn, then will I cut off Israel out of the land which I have given them. Now, you have to admit you were brought into slavery. Brought into slavery means you were cut off from your own land. Now, you just know that's true. If you can't accept that reality, praise Yahweh, you need a lot of prayer. I'm not going to promise you that I'll pray for you either, if you're that crazy. Not to understand that when you are brought in chains from your own land to another land, you have been cut off from what was yours. That's a physical cutoff. When we were first brought here, it was just a physical cutoff because we still remembered where we came from. But in these last 432 years, if I ask you, where in Africa did you come from? You cannot answer me unless you know me. See, I'm the only one who can give you the answer. Otherwise, you don't know. Because you're not an African. I wrote the book, You're Not a Nigger, and neither are you an African. And you're not a Bahamian, and you are not a Cuban, and you're not a Haitian, and you're not a Jamaican, you're not none of that. If you are, why you still got white folks' names? Oh, glory, the truth is the light. Somebody wanted to divide us all up from being one people. So they gave us all these little different names and titles, gave us a little island here and there. They really didn't give it to us. They let us work for them like we work for them over here. But if you turn, I will cut off Israel out of the land which I have given them, in this house Israel, which I have made holy for my name. Read that, for my name. Will I cast out of my sight? You have to admit we've been cast out. And Israel will be a proverb and a byword among how many? What does proverb and byword mean? Nickname. Look those words up, you'll find it means a nickname. What's a nickname? A name other than your true name. Like nigger, color, coon, jig, spliff, shine, Jim, Jack, Jerry, boy, uncle, negra, colored, black. Proverbs and bywords, just like the book says. Verse 9, everybody read.
And they shall answer, because they forsook Yahweh their God, who brought forth their fathers out of the land of Egypt, and have taken hold upon other gods, and have worshipped them, and served them. Therefore have Yahweh brought upon them all this evil.
That was an answer to the question in verse 8. The nations were hissing and laughing and making fun of us being on the bottom here in America. And they asked, the children asked, why are black people treated like this? Why are they so mistreated and on the bottom and catching hell? So they would turn around and answer their children and say, because they turned their back on their own God, Yahweh. That's why you're catching hell. You want to stop catching hell? What do? Return to your God. When you return to me, I'll return to you. Historically, after Egypt, we were cattle breeders. We were semi-nomadic, kind of moved around a little bit. We weren't nomads, just semi. You know, you needed somewhere to feed your cattle, so you had to move them around. Now, the main trend of Israelite tradition is derived from cattle breeding. That is symbolic for today. Yes, we need cattle now, but strangers are taking care of our cattle right now. Isaiah what? 64? 61, 4 and 5. See, this is what I'm doing in America. Isaiah 61, verse 4 and 5. This is what I'm doing. Let's read verse 5 first. That answers my question. Verse 5. Read.
And strangers shall stand and feed your flocks, and the sons of the alien shall be your plowmen and your vine dressers.
The people that don't look like you are feeding you. You don't feed yourself. You don't seek to feed yourself. You either look for a job, if you can't find a job, you seek welfare. You don't seek to grow watermelons and cucumbers and leeks. Yeah, you just want to sit around under trees on the corners as a people. So the alien and the stranger is taking care of our cattle and feeding us. But what I'm doing is in the verse above that, verse 4, building the old waste. And I'm raising up the former desolation. See, I take slum property, destroyed property, drug-infested property, even termite-infested property, where the ceilings and the roof and the floors are caving in on people, and I go in and put in brand new floors, pressure treated, make it inhabitable and safe. And then I begin to paint it up after I fix it up from the inside out. I make it new. The old waste that nobody wants. I'll pay $1 million for a piece of property that none of them would pay $200,000 for. But when I finish with it, it's worth several million. It becomes a money maker. Because I'm a money generator. I generate money. I know how to make something out of nothing because I'm the creator. Praise God. And all people that drive by our properties and see them in a renovated state have to be awed. They have to stand mystified because I'm the mystic. And they see us working like ants in perfect unity and harmony. We work as one day and night till we get the job done. And everybody has to drive by, walk by, stand, look in amazement at the miracle that is taking place. You mean this is the dead, so-called blacks of America, accomplishing these realities? Something has happened to them. Right. Yahweh is happening to them. Yahweh. The Spirit of Yahweh is entering my people, making us a new people. Our old mind is being renewed. We're being renewed in the spirit of our mind. We no longer that old creature. We become a new creature in Yahweh. Now get rid of that old heart of stone and give you a heart of flesh. Healing for each other. And we do what they say is impossible to do. Unity. Yes, we work in unity. What's our motto? See, that doesn't happen among people look like you and me. Only here. Only here does that happen. In Yahweh. Taking care of cattle was one of our traditions. And if you look up cattle breeding, that tells you what it is. That's industry. We have white folks and other folks taking care of the four-legged cattle while I'm taking care of industry. Yes, sir. So we built a system of ethics around cattle breeding. I know how to make the cow take care of you. We take care of the cow, cow take care of us. See, the dung, the waste that comes from the cow can be used for fertilizer, can be used to cook with, source of energy to heat your home, get gas from it, pure gas energy that will not pollute the earth or the air, and you can run your automobile and you can drive your tractors with the dung from the animal. But when you're dead, you stink like that stuff stinks. You don't know what to do with it. See, I know because I created all of it. I know I create the perfect cycle. I made it biodegradable. And I know how to break it down. In its state of decomposition, I capture the resulting energy for the good of my creatures and my children. You wait till I take over the earth, I'll show you how to clean it up. That's what I'm here to do, clean it up. Take care of the cow. Don't kill the cow, milk the cow. Get butter and cheese, cream cheese, buttermilk, cream. And all of you that get hungry, I sell it to you. I'm not going to kill my money maker. The cow makes money. Don't eat the cow. Eat the stuff come from the cow. That's industry. Then when the cow gets ready to die, I milk him till he dies and make the cow have a baby every 9 months. Because, see, that's mathematics. That's why I wrote this book. Yahweh ben Yahweh is mathematics, designed to rule the world forever. See, the knowledge in here would give our children rulership forever. I wrote it. I produced it. It's high math. Multiply. Every 9 months, a new cow, a new bull. Too many bulls, we kill the bulls. Don't kill all the bulls, you save the bull and let him plow. You know, fix him up where he won't run after all those cows. We know how to do that. He'll be real tame. He'll just be happy to pull a plow and eat straw and stuff. Call him an ox. He's no longer a bull, he's called ox, because he lost something. See, when you lose something, you become a servant to somebody else, you know. See, if he stayed a bull, you couldn't put him in that harness, boy. When those cows go by, he's coming out that harness. You just have to follow him around. See, we lost our manhood. We lost our ethics. Then when the cow died, we sell him to the stranger. If he died from TB or anything, you cut him up right then. Cut the council off and sell it to all those little aliens, the strangers. That's what the word says. But I won't sell him the leather. I cut the skin off so I can make shoes, pocketbooks. You sisters like pocketbooks and leather shoes, don't you? Yeah, see, I'll make all that for you sisters. All my sisters. Shoes and pocketbooks and purses, leather stuff that you love. See, that's industry, isn't it? Why are we taught that? My children can tell you all about that. See, they're masters of what I'm talking about right now. They are masters of what I'm telling you. They can take this knowledge on. They can roll it on to you for hours, what I just said. What's wrong with my people? Why did they leave the farm and move into the city, in the ghetto? When you were on the farm, you could go out and plant one seed and get 10 watermelons from it. Have a cow, a goat. I won't say pig anymore because that's forbidden by Yahweh, but you can have one of each kind of animal and feed your family all year. Be independent, and then when spring comes, you can plant enough beans and corn and rice and everything else you need just in a matter of hours that'll take care of you through the winter because you can all that stuff. But see, you lost something. When you lost the knowledge of your God, Yahweh, you lost the knowledge of yourself, and you lost your culture. You lost your tradition. You lost your ethics. When you turned your back on Yahweh to come and serve other gods, you became unethical like the people around you. America is run by unethical people. Ethics means honesty. Unethical means dishonesty. Ethical means truth-telling. Unethical means liars. Do unethical people in government make you happy or sad? Proverbs 29:2. Everything I say to you is in the Bible. I don't speak outside the Bible. Proverbs chapter 29, verse 2. Read.
When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn.
Are my people mourning in America? Then what kind of people are in rulership? You don't like to say that, right? What kind of people are ruling in the world today? So are the people of the world happy, or are they all preparing for war? Why is everybody on the earth preparing for war? Because the wicked rule. I come as the Prince of Peace. I come without physical carnal weapons. I don't allow weapons here. I teach us not to carry weapons or use weapons. Use the elements of my divine mind. All you need are the attributes of my divine mind to survive. And we will conquer the world because righteousness exalts a nation. We cannot exalt ourselves by carrying weapons because all the nations that carry weapons are not exalted. So we want to be high and respected and loved and accepted. You cannot be accepted by other nations and to be in their civilized company and your mouth is vile. The only language you can speak is profanity. Speak nasty to your women. When you speak nasty to your women, you'll speak nasty to anybody else's woman. So rather than have to kill you for being in their company, speaking nasty to their women, they ostracize you. They form clubs and housing communities to keep you and your filthy mouth out. And you want them to accept you in your old ignorant, filthy-minded state. They think they're better than somebody. Well, they are. They are better than you if you are filthy-minded. Glory, you can't be accepted and exalted and people want to be in your company and you are ignorant. Wicked, thieves, burglars, druggies, alcoholics. Who wants you? You're an adulterer. What man wants to trust you with his life? And he knows you'll stick anybody. And I'm not, no, you can't run around with mine. Wicked, who wants you? Nobody with sense. I'm the only one that wanted you. Though you were unethical and had turned from me, nevertheless I come to you and offer my hand in friendship and say, if you come to me, I'll come to you. You return to me, I'll return to you. You come to me and I'll lift you up. And when you come, I'll prove it.
Know and rest your mind assured. Our eyes have seen his works before. And until my last days, 'tis Yahweh I will praise. Yahweh.
Praise Yahweh. Wow. The Yahweh know what we need to know. He knows what we need to focus on. And we don't need to be focusing on violence and guns and fighting. We need to be focused on industry, growing, and ethics, being righteous, so we can be once again the exalted teachers and rulers of the planet. Family, this is a very, very deep message, as always. And we have to truly, spiritually consider the words of our Messiah, our deliverer, our Christ, Yahweh ben Yahweh. We have a lot to talk about, Power Talk. Before we get there, a word from our sponsors. Praise Yahweh.
Attention, Nation of Yahweh. It's time for the Feast of Tabernacles, also known as the Feast of Ingathering, taking place online September 29th through October 5th, with the Holy Convocation on October 6th. This year's theme, Planting Seeds of Sovereignty, the Unified Nation of Yahweh. Join us in New Orleans on October 3rd through 5th as we gather in righteousness and unity. Calling all farmers of the nation of Yahweh, your harvest is holy and your presence is powerful. Let's build together. Visit feastofyahweh.com for more information.
Are you ready for a divine experience? YahwehRadio.com brings you uplifting music that feeds your soul. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. But that's not all. Now you can watch the powerful teachings of the King of Yisrael, the most honorable, Yahweh ben Yahweh. Dive into his divine mind, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, all at your fingertips. Feel the music. Watch the message. Experience the power. Visit YahwehRadio.com today and let your spirit rise. Listen, watch, believe, Subscribe today to YahwehRadio.com.
And Yahweh said, "Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters." And Yahweh.
This is your official invitation to the Nation of Yahweh's second annual Economic Summit, where sovereignty meets sustainability. The theme of this year's summit is Feeding Our Nation. We're calling all farmers, growers, and gardeners of the Nation of Yahweh. Bring your produce, bring your products, showcase your gifts, and share your wisdom. From seed to harvest, from knowledge to action, help us empower every household to grow your own. Join us on site Saturday, October 4th at the Neo Jazz Cultural Center in New Orleans for workshops, exhibits, marketplace, and unity. Let's build a self-sufficient future. One garden, one harvest, one nation under Yahweh. Feeding our nation starts with you. At NOY Store, we bring culture, style, and wellness all in one place. Explore our collection of cultural apparel designed to inspire and connect. From t-shirts to polos, boldly tell your story. Need guidance on your journey? Check out our books written to inspire and support your spiritual, personal, and community growth. And give your body the care it deserves with our health and wellness products like natural toothpaste, soothing body butters, and more. We're always adding new products to empower your life so you can live with purpose and style. Visit NOYstore.com today, where culture, wellness, and inspiration come together. Shop at NOYstore.com.
Get ready for the Nation of Yahweh's Feast of Tabernacles. Pre-register for our on-site gathering before September the 15th, and we'll gift you the exclusive Nation Time t-shirt, free. Join us under the banner of unity, love, and purpose. Your shirts are our way of saying, welcome home. Register now. T-shirts are limited to the first 50 people. Visit feastofyahweh.com today.
I'm so glad God loved me.
Rescuing our future since 2004. From beginner to advanced. From melodies to mastery. From practice to performance. Neo Jazz School of Music, creating space for young people to express and to grow. Now with 2 locations, New Orleans and Miami. Enroll today at neojazz.org.
Yahweh Virtual University is now providing free weekly Saturday classes for students of all ages. Yes, you've heard that right. Our free Saturday Bible Fun classes allow students to create fun projects while learning Yahweh mathematics, reading, writing, and of course, amazing Bible stories. Click the link in the description below to see the correct age group and time students should join our free Bible Fun classes. We look forward to seeing you each Saturday. Praise Yahweh forever.
What do all these people have in common besides a beautiful smile, healthy teeth, and gums?
They all use Zodi toothpaste. Zodi toothpaste is made with all natural ingredients. Zodi toothpaste is fortified with moringa and baking soda. Zodi toothpaste is suds-free, making it an excellent choice for kids. All natural, fortified, and suds-free. Get yours today at noystore.com.
This program is dedicated to the spiritual resurrection of the righteous people of the planet Earth and to the establishment of the kingdom of true holiness and righteousness, the kingdom of God Yahweh.
You see, people take life to a different dimension, you understand me? But a Yahweh me seek and a Yahweh me serve, because Him are the God of Israel, which are the true living God. You understand me? He's 360 degrees of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
Oh yeah, family. It's time. It's time for Power Talk. Tama, you have something you want to say?
No,
you want
sir.
to tell our people, our family?
No, sir.
All right. Well, praise Yahweh. This message is so incredibly deep. Wow. This message lets us know that our focus should be on the EL in ourselves. You know, we had to focus inwardly. You know how our people want to be everybody else's culture or want to be among everybody else's culture. And there's this big thing going on now that, oh, we didn't come over here on slave ships. We were the indigenous people here. We never came over here. We were already here. And they just taking the truth about what Yahweh promised in Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68, and just making it like it didn't happen. But we know it did. That's just the latest movement to scatter our people until this very day. Satan and his minions and his system and his systems of government is doing his very best to keep us scattered, give us all kinds of names. I mean, all kinds of things to scatter us and make us where we won't unify. We know that before Yahweh ben Yahweh, they wasn't saying the name Yahweh. Then Yahweh ben Yahweh come and establish the name, and everybody is saying it. Then they want to throw out a different name in a different way and a different pronunciation and get our people all caught up in the calling Yahweh something different. It's just to keep us from achieving that unity that Yahweh has, well, we know the end. Yahweh has already ordained that we were going to come together and stand up as a mighty army about teaching ethics, righteousness, converting the planet. Can you imagine an army with no guns? With no weapons whatsoever except the sword of the tongue, just the truth of the matter is your only weapon. It's the only weapon you need. It's the only weapon we need is the truth, ethics, the truth of our culture, being the exalted teachers of the planet of Yahweh.
Wow. What an incredible topic. And I think that Yahweh ben Yahweh always gives us like he gives us a lot of meat, a lot of meat to chew on, though. And the information he provides in this message, I remember us going through it before. And what's interesting is he speaks directly to the fact that we are distracted and we're not focused. We have to focus our attention on a system of moral principles, a system that's recognized by us collectively as the rule, the principle by which we govern our entire lives by. it's a lifestyle. So ethics is not just, oh, well, we know the law of Yahweh. We practice the law of Yahweh. That's great. But ethics requires you to embed this in every element of your day-to-day lives. You have to consider ethics in everything that you do. And it's interesting because Yahweh ben Yahweh asked at the beginning of this, do you wonder why ethics has not been taught to us in public school? But yet ethics plays such a critical role in government, in politics, in education. And speak about it in every industry, every sector.
And the law, the legal system is supposed to go ahead.
But yet it's not something that we're educated on so that we can embody what it means to be ethical.
As a society.
As a society. We cannot, have our days managed by and governed by ethical and righteous decisions. The reality of it is we have this thing that's happening to us, this deception, like you spoke of this the correct information being given to us in an inappropriate way. So like the idea that we were the first people here. Well, I mean, if you're logical and you realize that all the quote unquote first people were the so-called black people, what they call black people.
Right, so-called black.
Wouldn't it make sense that every population on the planet at some point might have been black? If you want to go there. But the reality of it is that's a distraction, a deterrent from keeping us from focusing on our true culture.
Absolutely. And it's just furthering trying to scatter our people and keep our people from coming to the true link to Yahweh, the most honorable Yahweh ben Yahweh. We are Hebrew Israelites, tribe of Judah. Judah was carried away captive. We were carried away with ships, and we will see our land no more and be sold as slaves to our oppressor. That's all of that stuff is, everybody knows this happened. To convince you that, no, it didn't. Y'all were already here. Okay, so you're saying that we were the people conquered and slaughtered when the Europeans came over here and took our land. They took our culture, and they destroyed it, cut us off from being. Well, why are there people still running around here in their culture, doing their don't fulfill, it doesn't fit the scripture.
Well, again, we don't lean into
exactly
the misinformation campaigns that are there.
Don't fall for it.
They're abundant and all around us. And so what we have to do is focus on understanding what our true culture is. And ethics is found in the roots of our culture.
It is our culture.
Given to us by our Father Yahweh. And this is what Yahweh ben Yahweh shared in this message. He also shared that we are responsible for culture. So interesting little situation we have here is that the world currently is full of unethical rulers. Now, we found out here in today's message that we're responsible for culture. So if ethics is at the root of our culture, doesn't it mean that someone is not exercising their power and their rights given to us by our God in our true culture? Which means we shall be ethical. And then when we look at Proverbs verse 29, verse 2, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. And it is really clear to us
that the people are
mourning. So we, Israel, have to live in our true culture. Praise Yahweh.
We have to ascend ourselves to our culture. We have to embody our culture. We have to be where Yahweh ben Yahweh came to this planet in the flesh and demonstrated to us and taught us. And every aspect of that, we have to keep going to accomplish those things.
Yes,
But
sir.
we do have a caller.
Praise Yahweh. We have a caller with their line unmuted. You are now live on Power Talk.
Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to Power Talk. All right, family. Maybe that was not intended. Nevertheless, we are open for Power Talk. This is the time for Power Talk, and your input is definitely desired.
So if you're joining us on the Zoom app, all you have to do is press the microphone to unmute yourself. If you're dialed in, all you have to do is press *6 to join the conversation. And we do have a caller with your line unmuted. Bocato, you are now live on Power Talk.
Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to Power Talk.
Well, Shabbat Shalom, family. How's everybody today on this beautiful Shabbat?
Praise Yahweh.
We are way up on a whole nother level.
Praise Yahweh. Well, this is Brother Levon out of Miami, Florida. Praise Yahweh. I think this class was a very important class. It had me reminiscing on war. And one thing I noticed about war in America, they get you as a youth and they take you through training of military war to show you how to operate the guns and the different things that they have as weapons of war to get you prepared to go and die for your country. Well, we are in a war, but we're not training with weapons of war. But yet and still, we do have the weapons of war, but they're not the customary weapons of war that we're training for. We're going through an actual training when we learn how to be agriculturalists. We're going through training where we're learning how to be farmers, where we're learning how to grow our own food, where we're learning the weapons of turning a physical weapon into a building block of something that we can utilize in cultivating our fields, and it is our duty and responsibility as Israel to bless the world. The world can't be blessed outside of us. We are the blessings. So therefore, we have to create a situation so that we can bless people. The weapons that we are using are the blessings of the Lord Yahweh that makes us rich. And we will take these blessings and give these blessings to nations, and they will bless us for blessing them. So it's a constant circle of blessings. But again, we train. This is what our feasts are. Our feasts are our training sessions so that we can learn, number one, how to bless ourselves. And then as our blessings exceed beyond ourselves, then we begin to bless others as well. Praise Yahweh. Like I said, I thank Yahweh for this message, and he's continually making me think outside of the box. And that's what it's all about, thinking outside of the box of what they have taught you to only think. Praise Yahweh. Shabbat Shalom.
Praise Yahweh. I thank Yahweh for that commentary, giving it to our dear brother and him giving it to us, because that's just when we're linked to Yahweh, that's how the knowledge flows. And that box that he spoke of, it is crumbling. It's like something big is just balling it up in our sight. Do you want to be in that box as it crumbles? Or is it time to get out of that box? We do have another caller.
Praise Yahweh. Caller with your line unmuted. You are now live on Power Talk. Let us know your name and where you're calling from.
Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to Power Talk.
Praise Yahweh. Is that me, Cloud? The Cloud, I'm up here with Yahweh. Yahweh.
Yes, ma'am.
This is boots on the ground, and now I'm up in the air with Yahweh. The person that steps is directed by Yahweh. We are the Yahweh people, like my brother just said. We are running the show, in California is all good. They got the military in Chicago, but we are the military in California. Yahweh, Yahweh, always. Study to be approved. And like he said in Proverbs 24, a person's steps are directed by Yahweh. How can they understand that it's not their own way? Praise Yahweh. Love, boots on the ground. Love you, Yahweh brothers and sisters. Come together. Study to be approved.
Praise Yahweh. Love you, sister. I love all of the children of Yahweh and love Yahweh. And so we are the temple of love. Yahweh Ben Yahweh built the temple of love, and we are the living temple. And we love our Father enough to do his will. And so if you love him, you would keep his commandments. That's what it's all about. And he commanded us today to have industry, to build, to come together, pool resources, and what do you say? Get some cattle, get some things that reproduce themselves and that can be perpetual wealth. Grow some watermelons. Watermelons, they grow and they have 400 seeds in each one that can grow 400 more vines of watermelon. Come on now, we talking about Yahweh divine mathematics.
Yes, sir. And it's really important that we recognize the moments where Yahweh gives us just that power to do his will, and it looks like finding the like-minded people of the planet, doing and creating industries among each other, like making sure you're directing your money, your resources, your energy to those who are ethical as opposed to those who are doing evil. And we have so many opportunities day to day to make a righteous decision. But we do have a caller with their line unmuted. Call with your line unmuted. You are now live on Power Talk.
Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to Power Talk.
Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Praise Yahweh. This is Daniel Israel of the tribe of Yahudah. Praise Yahweh.
Praise Yahweh.
I'm coming through Texas right now, and I hear y'all. I hear y'all on the Zoom app, and the one thing I want to say is Yahweh is undefeated. Yahweh Ben Yahweh is undefeated. We can't lose. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no losing within Yahweh. Ain't no losing within the divine mind of Yahweh Ben Yahweh. Because ethics, in order to be righteous, you must be ethical. You must do the will of Yahweh. As our feast is still upon us, the more blowing of trumpets, as we must be in remembrance of our forefathers and what our fathers told us to do, and what we must do to be prosperous and productive. It all has to do with ethics. The king just said that if you have a foul mouth and a foul mind, you can't be ethical. And when you have a righteous mindset and a righteous tone with it to be ethical, then you can be better than others. You are better than others. Our Father teach us to be better than others. And Yahweh Ben Yahweh in divine mind, he teaches us that. I'm just so joyful and proud and to say that I have encountered the divine mind of Yahweh Ben Yahweh, and in order for us to grow together, we must be around each other in ethics. We must grow together, because once the nation and the one within the nation be ethical, then everybody will grow together. The platforms that support, the nation Yahweh, you know what I'm saying, and everything else that we are a part of. Excuse me for talking so fast, but I'm trying to get everything done. But at the same time, I'm just so joyful, and then to grow with y'all and to be around people of the righteous mind, of the divine mind of Yahweh Ben Yahweh, because I don't want to lose. I want to win. You know what I'm saying? I want to win. Praise Yahweh. So I thank y'all for this moment. I pulled on the side of the road, because I was listening and I had to, to say this here. But praise Yahweh. Praise y'all for the brothers who came on and all the other brothers and sisters that's on the platform. And also praise Yahweh for all our followers we have, because I seen as I donated, We have over 2,000 followers and some. So praise Yahweh, Shabbat Shalom, praise Yahweh.
Praise Yahweh. I thank Yahweh for you. I thank Yahweh
testimony.
for your
Yes, indeed.
testimony, your comments, and your energy, because with this energy, that is what it's all about. We have to come together in our motto first, and it's a spiritual motto. And then it becomes manifested in the physical.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, we're spiritually linked forever. There's no unlinking unless you go off and denounce Yahweh. And I don't see any of us on this call, on this platform, denouncing Yahweh. So we're here forever. And we will get it right. And we will do the will of Yahweh. And we will go back to our exalted position as the rulers of this planet. That's the we win. Praise Yahweh. We have another call.
Caller with your line unmuted. You are now live on Power Talk.
Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to Power Talk.
Shabbat Shalom, family. Praise Yahweh. Praise Yahweh, Ben Yahweh. This is Sister Yochebed Sarah Yisrael and family. This is such an amazing class from Yahweh Ben Yahweh. I am truly grateful for all of the wonderful works that we are doing. And family, I was blessed to do a little bit of traveling recently. And when I tell you, we have been bamboozled and tricked into believing a certain way. For instance, all people in all around the world have been basically corralled to live in massive, massive cities. But when you travel, when you go across the country a little bit, you're able to see where the resources are, where your food comes from, where your clothing comes from, where everything that you need comes from to feed those cities. So there's a handful of people that have the cows and the cotton. I saw fields and fields and fields of cotton. And it's amazing to see how the brainwashed the people have become to just believe that they can just come in one location, work in the system for the system, and don't have to worry about anything else because everything they need will be brought to them. So Yahweh Ben Yahweh said, we must learn how to make something out of nothing. So when you drive and you look at these cotton fields, you look at the cotton, you look, oh, wow, it's pretty, it's cute. Okay. But do we know how our ancestors and what we did with that cotton? Do we know how to create a pair of jeans from that cotton? Okay, this is what Yahweh Ben Yahweh means when he says you take literally nothing, what looks like nothing, and make something out of it. You take that little tiny seed and it looks like nothing. It's sitting there. It's not doing anything when it's dry and just sitting there. And look to him to start making something, creating something, being industrious. Okay, this is the power of thinking like Yahweh Ben Yahweh. This is the power of realizing your environment and realizing that we have to take back land. Because if we are sitting on a piece of concrete instead of on a piece of dirt, you literally have nothing, because that concrete will not produce anything from Yahweh for you. So this is the mindset Yahweh is guiding us towards, and we are headed that way, and we are ready to literally start doing like other nations do. Have sheep, share that sheep, make that wool, make that yarn, learn how to make something useful out of what seems to be something dormant, just sitting there, nor a sheep. So thank you, family, for letting me share. Love you all. Sort of a wonderful class, family. Praise Yahweh.
Praise Yahweh. I thank Yahweh for your comments and the wisdom that he shared with you, that you shared it with us.
Indeed.
Because I remember passing by cotton fields and seeing those vast amounts of cotton, and then, be taken out in the spirit and remembering our past of how we had to work there, sun up to sundown, picking that cotton all day long, almost every single day, until a certain slave revolt, but that's another subject, 7 days a week. And then they gave us the one day off and made us go to be indoctrinated into believing lies to keep you in slavery. Until this very day, we still under that same mindset of slavery to these same systems that they established back then. And then they did the prototype here in America, but they deployed it all over the world as job situation where you had to go get a job and serve others to exist. And in America, it's so bad, you can't even grow food on the land that you're supposed to own. You can't grow food on it, though. That's not allowed. You got to have a lawn in your yard.
Well, when you think, when you speak to like property ownership in the United States, we talk about such a stigmatized situation because it doesn't come with sovereignty.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't come with liberty to be oneself. It comes with restrictions, policies. If you're in a community, it might come with HOA fees and unethical, unrighteous rulership by the quote unquote Karens. It's so amazing, right?
It's definitely, but we do have another caller.
Caller Wiki Live unmute. You are now live on Power Talk.
Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to Power Talk.
Shabbat Shalom, family. This is Kezio Menashe from Houston, Texas. Wow. How we doing?
We're doing great. Praise Yahweh.
Yes,
oh, my goodness. So much, y'all. Y'all is such a phenomenal teacher. He can put so much in just a few minutes. I just want to address a couple things. I love the way, fact of the matter is, Yahweh ben Yahweh's coming is the epoch. That's the point in time when all of these revelations become real for us, real time. And so when you think about it, I think it was mentioned how, people are now beginning to understand that, yeah, there was a slave trade. And even before that, there were people here, that are like us. And guess what? It's all true. When the Spirit of truth is come, he guides us into what? Not some truth, but what? All truth. And so the truth of the matter is, West African nations were sailing all over the world. In 1300s, they came over here, 2,000 ships strong. That's a matter of record. They never went back. So, and yeah, we were here, and yeah, there was a slave trade. We did come here, and Yahweh ben Yahweh he brings it all together, y'all. And that's what is happening on large scale, as above, so below. What's happening in the heavens, there's an alignment that's going on. So guess what? There has to be an alignment that's going on in the earth. The whole reason why Judah is keeping the laws of Yahweh again is because Yahweh ben Yahweh came. And now here we are keeping it. We're talking about Yahweh all over the country right now, this morning, because of that alignment. Now, and that's only the beginning. The Spirit of truth, when he brings us into all truth, there's some more truth that's coming to the table here, and we're part of it. And I'm just glad to be a part of that. Incredible teachings, and I'm looking forward to us doing the rest of this as well. So thank you for the good work. Praise Yahweh.
Praise Yahweh. We give all thanks and praises, glory, fame, and dominion to our Father, Yahweh, and his Son, the most honorable, Yahweh ben Yahweh, because we wouldn't be here had not he reached into our grave and resurrected us to be a servant of Yahweh. So I thank Yahweh for giving you the wisdom and you sharing that wisdom with us. I thank Yahweh for our family for receiving the wisdom of Yahweh and sharing the wisdom of Yahweh with our family, because that's why we call it the unfolding light, because as Yahweh light shines, we have to unfold it to understand it. It's not something that you just magically, we're geniuses. No, we have to study to show ourselves approved.
It's a process.
It's a process. And then we have to be workmen, working on that. I hope everybody enjoyed the broadcast we had for the memorial blowing of trumpets. I hope everybody understand that the trumpet is sounding now and the dead is rising, and we're rising in incorruptibility. We will have a broadcast for the Day of Atonement. So it'll be another Unfolding Light special episode so that we can come together and consider a message from our Father to start out our Day of Atonement. Remember, our Day of Atonement is 24 hours. Sundown to sundown.
On September 24th through the 25th.
Absolutely.
And our broadcast will begin at 7 p.m.
7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern, and what is it, 5 p.m. way out on the coast.
In Pacific.
So praise Yahweh, family. We thank all of our family, and we thank Yahweh for sending his son so that we would be here today learning of our God, our Father, Yahweh, and doing his will, because that is our salvation. Now with Job again, we have a hedge around us. Yahweh is protecting us. If you seek him in truth, in faith, and understanding, and to do the will of Yahweh, Yahweh protects what is his. He ordained from the beginning that all of us will seek that straight and narrow path. A lot of us like that wide path, and we're going to die on that wide path, and that's what they want. But there's ones of us who don't want that. We want to be with Yahweh, our Father, and we will live for Yahweh. We ain't talking about dying for nobody. We're talking about living for Yahweh. That's where we are now. Sister Tamar, final thoughts?
Praise Yahweh. I want to thank our Father Yahweh for his divine light and most exalted Son, Yahweh ben Yahweh, for giving us this light today. I also want to thank our Father Yahweh for giving us our dear brother Yafo Seth right here in New Orleans. We are observing his life today at 10 a.m. Central. Our brother transitioned to be with our Father on September 12th, and just a dear beloved brother of ours. And I'm just personally, and just grateful for his life. So praise Yahweh.
Praise Yahweh. Likewise, I thank Yahweh for him and for his spirit, re-engaging to the nation of Yahweh to be a strong soldier. And I'm sure he's continuing to be a strong soldier with Yahweh. And that's where we all seek to be. But Yahweh have us here for a mission, and we have to stay on the mission until Yahweh brings us home, and then we're on maybe the same mission, just in a different place. Praise Yahweh. I thank Yahweh for all of the family. And I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Unfolding Light. Praise Yahweh. That brings us to the end of this episode of the Unfolding Light. Please join us next week for another episode of the Unfolding Light. And now, if everybody will stand and face the east with outstretched hand, as we close out this episode with a prayer, the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Tefillah. Avenu Shabbat Shemayim, Yikadesh Shemeaka, Tavo Malkuterika, Yad Zerizonka, Kim Vashemayim Kain Ba'aretz, Et Lekum Kukenu, Tain Lanu Hayom, Uslat Lanu, All Kartienu, Kimosasol King, Gamanatnu, Lakotiem Lanu, Veal Tevienu, Lade Nisayom, King Kal Senu, Min Hara, Kilaka, Hamamlaha, Veha Givera, Veha Tefieret, Leolame, Olamin Sila. We thank thee, O Yahweh, O living and eternal King, who has so mercifully restored our souls within us. So let everything that has breath praise Yahweh. And always remember, Yahweh loves you, Yahweh ben Yahweh loves you, and so does the nation of Yahweh. Shabbat Shalom, family.
Thank you for joining The Unfolding Light, presented by the Nation of Yahweh. If you have any comments or questions, please email us at info@thenationofyahweh.com. Follow us online at thenationofyahweh.com and unfoldinglight.com. Get social with us. Follow the Nation of Yahweh on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. Also, do remember to pay Yahweh and yourselves first and don't touch it, as instructed by the Most Honorable Yahweh Ben Yahweh. You can send your tithes, donations, and offerings to the Nation of Yahweh at P.O. Box 555-115, Orlando, Florida 32855, and be blessed continually according to Malachi chapter 3. Praise Yahweh and Shalom.
Yahweh, 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 Yahweh.